All right. Good morning. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe, and you are all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you appear before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you are arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you are given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. This morning, I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. I will determine whether you'd like to hire a private attorney this morning, represent yourself, or whether you'd like the public defender's office. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know this morning. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward to the podium. Dana Thompson Castillo. Good morning, Ms. Castillo. You were here today for a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest. The violation of probation is out of Pasco County. They want no bond on that right now. So we're going to hold you no bond until they come and get you. They usually come get you within 5 days. It usually doesn't even take that long. But if for some reason it takes more than 5 days, they'll bring you back in front of me and we'll try to figure out what the holdup is, okay? When you get to Pasco County, you can ask them for a court date and an attorney.
Okay.
All right. Christina Hanna. Miss Hanna, can I have your date of birth?
10/21/68.
All right, Ms. Hanna, you were here this morning for a driving on suspended driver's license and a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. On the driving on suspended driver's license, I'll go ahead and set your bond at $500. On the violation of probation, it looks like, let's see what we have here. Okay, that's set at no bond right now. We're going to keep that at no bond. Is that out, what county is that out of? Calhoun?
Calhoun.
There you go. All right, it's out of Calhoun County. So what's going to happen is you can take care of this case. Is there an opportunity? Can she take care of it today? Do you need her driving record?
I haven't seen her driving record, and she's got a lot of prior history involving not driving. But I'd like to probably just go ahead and set it. We can set it for a student court date.
Well, I have her driving record. There's no driving on suspended on there, and it's suspended for failure to appear on a worthless check charge.
Okay, that's the first time Dwellis.
Yeah, it looks like it's already there. So, okay, ma'am, if you want to take care of this case today and that'll make your way down to Calhoun a little bit quicker. You can do that. I would offer you time served, which means you would be resolving your Hernando County case today, and they would get you off to Calhoun to take care of your violation of probation. But I do need to advise you that they could add this as another basis of the violation of probation against you in Calhoun County. I don't know what they're alleging is the violation of probation over there, but I wanted to give you that option this morning if you want to take care of your case today. If you don't want to take care of your case today, we'll keep the bond at $500, and we'll see you back to court in a couple weeks.
No, let's go ahead and take care of it.
Okay. You understand by taking this plea today that you're giving up right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up the right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to driving on suspended driver's license, how do you plead? Complete no contest. Plead no contest?
Yes.
Okay, I accept your plea of no contest. I find this freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty. sent you to 2 days Hernando County Jail, 2 days credit for time served. You have $438 in fines and court costs that you have to pay, as well as your cost of incarceration. So Calhoun County will come get you within the next, probably 5 days. If they don't come get you within that time, then they'll bring you back in front of me so we can figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Shonda Sargent. Ms. Sargent, can I have your date of birth?
9/17/87.
Okay. You are here this morning for possession of drug paraphernalia and a possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. The bonds are $500 and $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
A public defender, and I would also like to say, ma'am, that the other two that were arrested with me, we all three got the same charges, same exact charges for the same thing.
Alrighty. State prior record?
Yes, ma'am. She has a possession of a controlled substance from 2016, New Legend drug from 2016, marijuana from 2016, paraphernalia from 2016, and a controlled substance from May of last year.
I've taken care of all those.
Ma'am, I have an address for you on Campbell Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About a year.
Okay, do you have a job these days?
No, ma'am. I'm about to be moving in a couple weeks back to Texas, where I'm from.
Okay. Do you have any family in Hernando County?
The only person I have is my boyfriend.
Okay. All right. Possession of drug without a prescription. I'm going to give you a bond of $2,000 on that. And a possession of paraphernalia. I'm going to set that at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on March 7th at 9 a.m. Make sure to get in touch with your public defender, okay?
Wow.
Jamie Sandberg. Hi, Ms. Sandberg. Can I have your date of birth?
8/24/71.
All right. You are here today for domestic assault. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to hire private counsel, represent yourself, or do you want the public defender's office?
Hey, y'all stop talking.
Public defender, please.
Want the public defender's office to represent you? I'm familiar with Ms. Sandberg. I've represented her in the past. I'm familiar with her record, so I need to make sure that she stays on Judge Hitzman's docket. I believe the March 7th date is the Hitzman date. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. I have an address to you on Likes Dublin Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
I've been there 7 years.
Okay. All right, I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today. I'm also going to order that you have no contact with Jeremiah Jackson. If you have any contact with him whatsoever, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do not call him. Do not text him. Do not write him. Do not have anyone else do any of those things. If you have any contact with him while this case is pending, then you could be getting yourself in more trouble, okay? Just don't
I
do
understand.
it. Is that where he lives, on the Likes Dublin Road address?
Yes.
Okay, well, you
Yes, I can go to my uncle's house.
Okay, all right, perfect. Do that. All right. Jamie, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000, and we'll see you back to court on March 7th at 9 in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Tequista Thurman. Is Ms. Thurman, is she the one that was just sentenced to DOC?
That's our
what the clerk
understanding.
said. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Thurman, can I have your date of birth?
11/21/85.
All right. Ms. Thurman, did you just receive a Department of Corrections sentence recently?
Yes, ma'am, and I thought this was all together with the DOC time. Because they have been amended into a felony charge, and I thought
Yeah,
it
it
ran
looks like
all
it
together.
started as a misdemeanor and it's been upmanded, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Judge, my suggestion would be, Judge Shutter has court tomorrow. If we want to set her for tomorrow, I can take a look at this case today and bring her back and hopefully get it
It's an
resolved.
outstanding idea. All right, so tomorrow is the 16th. We're going to try to take care of this right away, okay, so that you can get on with your sentence there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep the bond the same. I think it's $500.
Yes.
It's just $500. But we're going to see you tomorrow in front of, you said that was Judge Toner, right?
Yes.
In front of Judge Toner at 8:30 in the morning. We're going to see if we can just resolve that case tomorrow and figure out what's going on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
And Judge, did she
Is
have
there-
the public defender before?
That's what I trying to ask her.
Oh,
Ms. Thurman, did you have the public defender representing you on the other cases?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I'll
I'll
make
make sure they're
sure
appointed
our
on this
office-
case as well, okay?
I'll make sure I'll.
Hazel Walker. Ms. Walker, can I have your date of birth?
11083.
All right, Ms. Walker, you were here for a retail theft. This one also looks like an upmanded. I guess it depends on the prosecutor and what your bond is on these cases. Last one was 500 for the same statute. This one's 2,000. So there is a probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
No, I'll represent myself.
Okay. What are we looking at for prior state?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. Possession of paraphernalia from 2004, controlled substance from 2004, trespass from 04, grand theft from 05, grand theft from 05, uttering from 05, 2 more of those, paraphernalia.
I've done all my time in prison for that.
I'm just reading your history, ma'am. Give me a moment, please. Cocaine from 2007 and petty theft from 2014.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, we have an address for you on Lauderdale Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Almost 3 years.
Do you have a job?
Stay-at-home mother of 8.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep your bond at $2,000, okay? And we're going to see you back to court on March 9th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
Michael Bentliff. Mr. Bentliff, can I have your date of birth?
6/20/94.
It looks like you have an issue out of Pasco County for a failure to appear on
Yes.
misdemeanor driving on suspended driver's license. So the bond amount on that is $513. You can post that bond and get down to Pasco County and figure out what's going on. If you're unable to post the bond, they'll come get you within 5 days and take you over there. And when you get over there, you can ask for a public defender and a court date, okay?
All right.
All right. John Gardner? Yes, ma'am. And Mr. Gardner, can I have your date of birth?
January 26, 1938.
All right. You are here today for a violation of the injunction for protection of domestic violence. Currently, it's no bond, and it's based on a warrant signed on yesterday. I did find probable cause for your arrest, and it appears you have private counsel here for you this morning. Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, first of all, he's 80 years old. There's been a divorce ongoing and multiple violations alleged by the wife since October. Ms. Preston with the state attorney's office just filed in our injunction case noticed that she was not taking action and was finding no cause to go forward on the violations through the ones alleged November 20th. And speaking with the state attorney here, it appears that the alleged violation he was arrested on yesterday encompassed that time period. So I don't know if they didn't communicate with each other or what the situation is, but speaking with the state, she has no objection to ROR. He has no criminal history whatsoever. He's lived here for a long time. He does reside with his adult daughter in Spring Hill, and he's not going anywhere. And we'd like to see if it's even a valid charge at this point in time.
Okay. Madam State, it does look like that the warrant says that the allegations from November 20th.
Yes, ma'am. I've read both the warrant as well as Ms. Preston's letter, and I do agree with the defense counsel in this case that I believe that this probably should not have even been, the warrant should not have even been.
So are we okay with just ROR at
Yes,
this time
ma'am.
until you guys figure
Yes,
that out?
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Is there still an injunction in place?
There's still an injunction in place, and I know the court's going to still continue the no contact with victim unless it's pending. He knows that.
Okay. You know you're not to have any contact with the victim in this case, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. I mean, technically by statute, I have to set a bond. I'm not allowed to ROR on, I could do like a $10 bond.
I'm sure $10 bond is fine.
Complying with the statute.
$10 bond is fine.
All right, we're going to set a bond of $10, okay? I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim, and we're going to see you back to court on March 7th at 9 a.m. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Nicholas Bowermaster?
And, excuse me, Your Honor, probation had indicated there's a misdemeanor violation coming.
Okay. Mr. Bauermeister, can I have your date of birth?
11/1/78.
All right. You were here this morning for a failure to appear. It looks like you failed to appear in front of Judge Toner yesterday, or I guess you appeared late in the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I was told 1:30 by my bondsman. I showed up at 1:30.
Okay.
It was at 8:30 appointment, ma'am.
Yep. Alrighty. All right. And that was. It seems that misdemeanor probation is stating that there might be a pending violation of probation on a misdemeanor case coming down the pipe. You might want to take that into consideration on whether you bond out or not. What I'm going to do at this time, I'm just going to keep the bond the same, but I'm going to move up your court date to February 26th. So hopefully you can get in front of Judge Toner and explain to him what happened. Do you want me to appoint the public defender on your case?
Is there a way we can take care of this FTA today?
I wish we could. There's no way I can take care of it today. It needs to go back to Judge Toner. He's the one who has jurisdiction over your case.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way we can do a ROR today? I mean,
no, I can't do an ROR today.
I don't have an FTA.
Okay.
I've got a record mile long, never failed to appear, and I was at the courthouse.
Mile long, huh? I know. I understand.
Yes,
that's why I'm moving up your court date. It was set for March 9th. I'm moving it up to February 26th, so that way you can take care of it sooner. It's the earliest I can get it, but I'm appointing the public defender's office. If they can get you in front of Judge Toner earlier or take care of this earlier, they will do so, okay?
Yeah, that violation of misdemeanor probation, is it come through yet?
It's going to be there in the next couple days, and you're going to probably be held no bond on that, so.
And that's because of my hospital?
I don't know. I don't have the information in front of me. I just have word from probation out of the courtroom today that they are working on it right now.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. James Dawes.
Morning, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Dawes. Can I have your date of birth?
10/6/56.
Alrighty. You are here today charged with battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
I'd like to have Public Defender Sharkey represent me, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I can't appoint a specific public defender. All I can do is appoint the office, and they will assign an attorney to you, okay? All right.
Yes, can I get out on my own recognizance today, Your Honor? I have a pet that I have to take care of.
Okay.
I don't have any relatives here. And where I'm living at, I've been living for over 10 years. And I haven't been in any trouble. I would greatly appreciate it if you would give me that right, Your Honor.
Okay. State, what are we looking at for a prior record?
Well, he's right that he hasn't been in trouble in 10 years, but before that, he did have some possession charges, new legend, medicinal drugs without prescription, paraphernalia, worthless check, 4 of those, and all of that's from 2008 and sooner.
Okay. All right, so the address I have for you is John Martin Lane in Brooksville. That's where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you've lived there for 10 years, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
What?
Do you have a job?
I'm on SSI, Your Honor. I'm disabled.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $100, okay? And we're going to see you back to court on March 7th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, I don't have $100. I'm on disability, and it takes all my money to pay my bills.
I understand. That's the best I can do for you today, considering in light of the fact that you have a public record, and unless the state wants to offer you a disposition in order to take care of your case today.
Without.
Well, I'd really appreciate it.
Wait a second. Stop. Go ahead, ma'am.
All right.
I was just going to say this is a battery. I realize the defendant or the victim is also in custody, but without speaking to the victim, I wouldn't be able to resolve it.
Is there any objection to moving his court date up earlier? I can move it up to February 28th.
I have absolutely no objection.
You think that's enough time for you guys to get in touch with the victim and see if you want to?
Assuming that she's, yes. If she's in custody, we should have no problem getting in touch with her, but.
Actually, I could I could move it to tomorrow.
Well, I don't know.
Is that enough time? No.
Probably not.
All right, what I can do, sir, is I can set your court date earlier. I'll put it in a week earlier. I'll put it in my docket on February 28th. That way, if the state has an offer for you, we can get it done sooner. So we can set it for February 28th at 9 in the morning. And I've appointed the public defender's office, so if there's any way they can resolve it sooner, they'll just bring you back up at first appearance to resolve it, and they can do that any day of the week, okay?
So I'm not going to be released today.
Not unless you make the $100 bond, but I'm going to send someone out from the public defender's office to talk to you, and hopefully the state attorney will get in touch with the victim, and maybe you can resolve your case pretty quickly, okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you, Your Honor.
And Judge, we would ask for no contact with Brittany, whatever.
Yeah, well, there's no contact with Brittany, whatever. Patterson, I think it was. Okay, Deshaun Lennox. Mr. Lennox, can I have your date of birth?
11598.
All right. You are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like your case, you failed to appear just before trial, or in the pre-trial before trial. So he wants you held on no bond on that right now. So we're going to do that and set your case for March 20th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Merritt. And then we also have, there's 3 failure to appears altogether. We're going to hold no bond on all 3. Get you in front of Judge Merritt on March 20th. Do you want the public defender on all of these cases?
Yes, ma'am. I was gonna ask because they have me a public defender named John Cruz, but he's not doing anything, and I was trying to see if I can get a different regional conflict.
Okay, well, you can talk to Judge Merritt about that. There's nothing I can do about that this morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And do you think my court date could get moved up quicker, or?
No, I can't move your court date up any sooner.
All right, thank you.
All right. Fred Norwood. Okay, Mr. Norwood, you were also here for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt on 2 counts, and Judge Merritt has indicated that he ordered your personal appearance before court, and that you did not do that, and he's also saying there's probably a violation of probation warrant out of another county for you as well. Based on that, he wants you held no bond here until you get back in front of him on March 20th at 9 a.m., so that's what we're going to do. Do you want the public defender's office?
No.
Did you say no?
Hire attorney.
You're going to hire?
Yeah, I got to hire an attorney.
Do you know who you're going to hire?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, we'll see you back to court on March 20th at 9 a.m., okay? Emil Hakimi? Mr. Hakimi, can I have your date of birth?
10/18/91.
All right. It looks like you are here because you have a violation of probation. Looks like you failed your drug test. That's what happened. Okay, so we're going to hold you no bond on that at this time. We're going to see you back to court on March 20th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Merritt. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender's office. See you back to court then, okay?
All right.
Kyle Hamburg. Mr. Harburg, what's your date of birth?
October 16th, 1992.
You were here this morning for possession of a drug without a prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are $500 and $1,000.
I see no prior history, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I know prior history.
Okay.
I jumped the gun a little on that. But.
I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Okay. These are both misdemeanors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Got no history. Do you want to make an offer? Or?
10 days. These are Is this the same as with Shonda Sart? Well, maybe just a really low bond right now until we can look at these, because there's 3 people. I think the other co-defendant said there were 3 people all charged with the same drugs. We may want to look into whose drugs they were.
Okay. All right. Mr. Harburg, I have an address here on Campbell Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
A year.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
No.
All right. All right, I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $250, and then I'm going to set your bond on count 2 at $250, and we'll see you back to court on March 7th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
Michael Kenyon?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
12578.
All right. You are here today for a forgery of a check. The bond is currently $2,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Public Defender's Office.
You're going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
I also offered to pay the difference of the check because I didn't know the
All right, sir, don't
money.
make any statements about the facts of your case. Now you're admitting to things that you probably shouldn't admit to. I do see that you have an open case in front of Judge Toner, 2017-1724, that's scheduled for a jury trial next week, I believe, 8:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep your bond in this case at $2,000, but I'm going to RCO you on the 2017 CF 1724, so we're going to hold you in custody until your trial next week, and then I'll move up your court date on this case for February 26th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Toner. Perhaps you can take care of it next week. I'll leave that up to the public defender's office and the state attorney's office and Judge Toner on what happens with this case next week. But for this time, I'll just set it for February 26th, okay?
And Judge,
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Misdemeanor probation had indicated there's also a misdemeanor warrant coming.
Okay. Joshua Lane?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lane. Can I have your date of birth?
5875.
All right, you are here today for possession of a drug without a prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are currently $500 and $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public Defender's Office at this time.
Right, the public defender's office. Is this one of the 3 defendants in the
Yes,
vehicle?
ma'am.
All
But
right.
he does have.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Your Honor, I am a...
Mr. Lane, hold on a second. I have an address for you on Maltby Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
Almost 2 years.
All right. Do you have a job?
I'm self-employed CNC designer, mechanical engineer.
All right. Do you have the public defender's office representing you on your other cases?
That I should be appearing for today, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I understand that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bond the same on this case, but I'm going to RCO you on 2017 MM2873. And you're going to appear in front of Judge Hitzman today at 11 o'clock during his in-custody docket, and perhaps you can take care of your cases today, okay?
There's no way we can ROR on these charges that
Well,
were
that's
brought.
going to be up to Judge Hitzman. He can decide that. If he wants to do that at 11 o'clock today, he can do that, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Danielle Shine? Or is it Danielle? Okay, Mr. Shine, can I have your date of birth?
7371.
All right. You are here this morning for 2 counts of robbery. The bonds are currently $10,000 apiece. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Public Defender.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State, what are we looking at for a prior record?
I don't have the date, but he's got a controlled substance charge conviction from out of state. He has an assault with intent to rob while unarmed conviction from out of state. He has
When is that?
unarmed robbery.
When are these from?
I think they're from around 2000. Well, it's hard. The dates are hard to tell on this. The first one was the controlled substance was from 91, but the assault with intent to rob was from 96. The unarmed robbery is from 2002. These are convictions. There is an escape charge while awaiting for trial with a conviction from 2002, an assault with a dangerous weapon conviction from 2002. Excuse me. And that's all from out of state. That's all I have at this time.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on Broad Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
I'm staying in 301 Highway, US 301 Highway for a week now, but I don't stay at that Broad Street anymore.
Is that a house? The 301?
Trailer park.
Okay.
Off of 301.
Are you staying with someone else, or do you have a home there?
I have a home there, and I need to call my family to come pick up my stuff from there.
Okay. How long have you been in Hernando County?
A year and 2 days.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Master Grill out at Waffle House.
Waffle House, all right. All right, I'm going to set your bond on both of these cases at $25,000. We're going to see you back to court on March 9th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
He had a public defender, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Francis Soto. All right, Mr. Soto, can I have your date of birth?
11/27/95.
All right, you were here this morning for possession of controlled substance. The bond is $5,000, and possession of marijuana. The bond is $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself, hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Appoint the public defender to represent you. State.
I see no other history, Judge.
Okay. I have an address for you on Curry Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
About 20 years.
All right. Do you have a job?
Currently unemployed.
All right. All right. Count one, I'll set at $1,000, and count two, I'll set at $250. We'll see you back to court on March 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay?
Thank you.
All righty.